day 55 of communication practice with ChatGPT. Let's spin her up. Evening, ChatGPT.
Evening. How's it going?
Everything's fine. I spent whole day working on the behavior interview with HR. I'm not sure if that the behavior interview. Anyway, my contact is after several technical interviews. I am getting into the final one with the HR, and the HR told me that it's gonna be general HR interview. Don't worry too much about it, but still I think it will affect the decision of in and out for the role that I'm applying in. So I want you to help me with that.
Got it. Even though the HR interview is general, it definitely plays a role in the final decision. They usually look at cultural fit, communication style, and how well you align with the company's values. Let's go over some common questions and practice your responses using the STAR method to make sure you're well prepared.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's start.
Awesome. Let's start with a common question. Can you tell me about a time you faced a conflict at work and how you handled it? Remember to structure your answer with the situation, task, action, and result. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, so there was a time a team member of mine pushed a faulty common package that onto non-production environment that prevent the other team to do their work, and he didn't listen to other team member, and he want to fix it on the production on the common environment. So what I did was I talked with him in private, and I recognized his background of AI engineer. So he did the modeling, and he didn't know much about software engineer practice. So I briefed him to those um, to the best practice and the process that we do in the role of a data engineer. And after my suggestion, I also uh, sit with him to resolve his mistake, and I told him to roll back the version on the non-production environment, and I will peer programming with him to solve this problem locally on his machine with proper unit tests. So and after that, the other teams get their code running again, and me and the guy work on that, and fix that bug locally on that machine. And after that, he knew how to resolve it, and he and we have and we in good relationship, and now he is capable of working efficiently with the team. So that's one time I resolved the conflict.
Great job. You clearly laid out the situation and how you addressed it. You showed empathy by recognizing your colleague's background and took a constructive approach to resolve the conflict. A couple of tips: try to keep your sentences concise and focus on the most important details. Also, emphasize the positive result more clearly, like how this improved team efficiency and collaboration. Overall, I'd rate your response a solid 7 out of 10. Let's try another question to keep building your confidence.
I'm ready.
Perfect. Here's another common one. Describe a situation where you had to adapt to a significant change at work. How did you handle it? Take your time and remember to use the STAR method to structure your answer.
Okay, so there was a time when we have to migrate from the AWS technology to Databricks technology for better cost saving and Delta Lake feature. And so in that scenario, there are some concerns about the work, and the new technology might be hard to use. But me personally, I set up a mindset that this is an opportunity to learn and adapt with the new technology, and we already have POC, have the decision, have the pro and cons on the table, and decide to go with the Databricks. So with that mindset in mind, I quickly adapt with new technology by reading um, their their mechanism, and how they store and process data. And essentially, it's a cloud platform, and it have pretty much the cloud infrastructure with AWS. So after that, I uh, I lean with the migration, and migrate our work into Databricks, and it run efficiently. And uh, actually, half of our current actually we migrated 90% of our jobs onto Databricks, and it runs smoothly and reliably, and cost less than the other one. So
Nice work. You did a great job highlighting the situation and your proactive mindset. You also emphasized the positive result of the migration. To make it even clearer, you could break down the steps you took to learn and adapt to the new technology and mention any collaboration with your team. Overall, you communicated the scenario and outcome effectively. I'd rate this response around an 8 out of 10. Great improvement. Let's keep practicing if you'd like more scenarios.
okay, let's keep practicing.
Awesome. Next question. Can you give an example of a time when you had to meet a tight deadline? How did you ensure everything was completed on time and to a high standard? Feel free to think it through and respond when you're ready.
Okay, so there was a time when we reaching the end of the Q1 quarter one, and um, the scope was expanded as the business requirement update, and we since we go with their decision, we have to enable a an end-to-end near real-time data for the new product. And essentially, what I did was I look up at the big picture, and I break it down into the um, line of products that have to be enabled, and then I further break it down into the ETL jobs that have to be done. And by having that information, I know, then I do the prioritization, and know and choose what to do first, so that the other downstream, like the tester or the developers of the downstream, of the component downstream, have something to work on. And at the time, I also expand my responsibility to sit with the tester, and crawl the data, and generate the UAT data, and work with them, and do the test with them also, to so that the testing phase is more efficient and have more efforts. And at that time, also took the OT for every day to meet the deadline, and and the result was we completed that tight deadline on time and completed all the epics in the quarter 1 of the year, and that makes us the team of the years. So uh, the lesson I gain about this is maintaining the big picture goal and but also break down the task, and also expand the responsibility and the effort to help and support the team to move the team forward and achieve the mutual goal.
Great job detailing your approach to handling a tight deadline. You clearly explained how you broke down the tasks, prioritized them, and collaborated with the testers. Emphasizing your willingness to put in extra effort and maintain a clear vision of the overall goal really stands out. One tip would be to streamline the narrative a bit and focus on the key actions you took to ensure everything was done efficiently. Overall, I'd give this response an 8 out of 10. You're doing great. Let me know if you want to practice more or focus on any specific areas.
I'm ready for the final question.
All right, final question. Tell me about a time when you had to persuade others to adopt a new idea or approach. How did you go about it and what was the outcome? Take a moment to think it through and then go for it.
This is a tough question. Do you have any hints for me?
Of course, when answering this type of question, think about a scenario where you introduced a new tool, method, or process to your team. You can outline the situation, explain why the change was needed, and describe how you communicated the benefits to your colleagues. Highlight any challenges you faced, how you addressed their concerns, and the final positive outcome. Think of a time when your persuasion led to a successful change or improvement. Does that help?
That helped pretty much. So, for as a developer in the team, I have a lot of initiative, and one of them was to guide the tester with the with how the underlying infrastructure works, so that they can they can generate the data by themselves efficiently. So essentially, our tester is used to work on the traditional relational database. So they used to do the insert update all that DML queries statements. And the thing is, we are working in big data environment, and to do that DML statement on these is quite tricky, and essentially they have to come up to me and ask me for the support, and I supported them a lot, and but it not very but it created an overhead at my end, and they keep depending on me. And even though being a go-to guy was great, I want the team to efficiently um, move forward with the thing with the scope of work distributed efficiently and clearly. So I took an initiative to guide the tester about the big data infrastructure, file object storage, and also guide them through how to generate data after they understand the essential, and they on the same page with the developer. So after that, they are able to generate data by themselves and be be more collaborative with the team, and the team now is more efficient since the capacity, I mean the capabilities of the tester have been raised. And uh, so that one time I took the initiative to guide the tester and let them take more ownership to do the generate data part.
That was a solid example. You effectively demonstrated how you identified a bottleneck and took the initiative to educate the testers. Highlighting the shift from dependency on you to a more self-sufficient and collaborative team is a strong outcome. One suggestion would be to briefly mention how you persuaded them, maybe by showing the benefits or offering hands-on training. Overall, you did a great job detailing the situation, your actions, and the positive results. I'd rate this response around an 8.5 out of 10. Great work.
Thank you very much. I think that's all for today. So good night.
You're very welcome. Have a great night and good luck with everything. Talk to you soon.
Thank you very much. I really need that luck.